Welcome to Bookish Quest and Body Reps, the series where I give you a book review and a workout to help you train like you've been taken into that world and are ready to survive it. Now, our book for today is going to be The Ever King by L.J. Andrews. I'm going to start you off with a summary taken directly from the back of the book. So, imagine, if you will, as we're going through this summary, what kind of workout do you think would help you survive this world? They stole his crown, so he stole their daughter. 4 years, Eric, the scarred king of the Ever Kingdom, has thought of nothing but vengeance against the man who killed his father and trapped him beneath the waves. Eric, a prisoner in his own realm, when his enemy's daughter unwittingly breaks the chains of the Ever, and Eric plans to toss her into his game of revenge. She's innocent, he's vicious, but he will take back what he lost no matter the price. Unless she steals his heart first. Now, some thoughts on this book. One, if you have not read the Broken Kingdom series, I highly recommend that you read that series before you read this one. This is a spin-off series. You don't necessarily have to read them in order, but a lot of the characters from that first series are in this book, and there will be some minor spoilers. If you're really good at recognizing names of characters, you will recognize them if you go back into that first series. And if you're like me, it's a lot more fun to read this series and kind of revisit with those people from the first series and see kind of like what they're up to as their kids age, stuff like that. So highly recommend you read that series first, the Broken Kingdom series, and then jump into the Ever King and the Ever Queen. So this book has some Norse mythology undertones. The Broken Kingdom series does as well. So maybe you're getting some Viking vibes. I will tell you, Eric Bloodsinger, what a name, right? But one of my top 5 book boyfriends, like this man, I just have a thing for the men that will give me like the heads or hands of my enemies at my feet, especially if they've wronged me. Like, there's just something I find romantic about that. But if you like stories where, there's a little bit of kidnapping involved, they do meet as children and they have a little history from that, then, he kidnaps her. It's in the book. Do they fall in love? Do they not fall in love? If you like romance, if you like adventure on the high seas, this book is going to be for you. Really, I don't think I've ever read anything by L.J. Andrews that I didn't immediately love. She just has a way of drawing you in and getting you to kind of like root for the characters. And our heroine, she has a little bit of anxiety problems, but our hero helps kind of like coax her through that. So you have a little mental health representation. There is some kidnapping. There is some like turmoil between the thrones. Obviously her dad is a little mad that he stole his daughter. So, he's already made the potential in-laws mad. So there's just a lot of things going against them in this book, but it is a great read, a captivating read. The second book is out, so you don't have to worry about L.J. Andrews and her cliffs because the next one's already out. So when you get to that cliff, don't worry, you're going to like take a dive, but you're going to immediately recover right into the next book. Now, let's see what kind of workouts I would do if I was preparing to be sucked into this book. Now, if I was getting ready to head into the world of the Ever and train to fight beside Eric Bloodsinger, I would be using a Viking shield as part of my training. If you don't have a shield, you can use any kind of weight or just your body weight. So we're going to start with a squat because we're holding a shield wall. We are going to need those strong sea legs to hold that up as our enemy attacks. And as we do this squat, we're going to press that shield up like we are going right into that shield wall to protect our heads. So we are going to squat deep into our heels, holding that shield straight up, hold for 5 seconds. And then we're going to come back down, imagining our battle buddies around us, locking shields as we defend from enemy attack. So those arrows are coming. We are still on the defense, getting ready to make our move. Now, this next one is going to be, as we feel those weapons hitting us, we are going to feel a little reverb through our shield. So we're going to take a lunge and press forward. So that leg is going to come back as our arms press forward. So almost like we're taking those swords and fighting them off. We want to make sure that we get both sides of our legs as we do this. So we're switching legs to make sure our right and our left both get a do on that comeback and pressing forward strongly with our arms to keep those blades from hitting our heads. Now that we have that under control, we are going to move on to our next move. And we're just going to do some bicep curls with our shield or our weight because shields can get heavy. This one only weighs 5 pounds, but when you are holding those in battle, you need that muscular endurance. So we want to make sure that our arms are nice and strong to hold those shields and defend ourselves. They could very much save our lives in battle. Next up, we do need to work a little bit on our endurance because fighting in a battle is going to take a toll on our body. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into almost a footballer stance, hold that shield right in front of us, and just move fast feet right to left so that we get used to moving with that shield and keeping it in front of us to protect our core. Now make sure those arms are at 90-degree angles and we're not hugging that shield to our body. So we make sure there's a little bit of space for it to get us. Now, lastly, we need to train our core because that is the foundation of all our strength. So we want to make sure that it is nice and strong to help fight off those attacks. We are going to come to the ground and do a traditional crunch or sit up, holding that shield in ahead of us as our weight. If you cannot do the full range of motion, no problem. Do that crunch, work your way up to the sit up, and just use that weight or shield as we wrap this up. Now, you are ready to go to battle.